Leertaste.
FlightSim.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this first demonstration of FlightSim, my new audio game project that has been in the works for a while already. And I thought, yeah, why not show off what it can do already? So, yeah, I'll have enough time to actually speak whilst we're in the air. So let's just go through the list of different aircraft types that we already have available. It's quite a few, so I'll only touch on each of them briefly.
Airbus A220 family.
The A220 family, so the 100 and 300, though until now it uses the standard Airbus computer system, which will hopefully change at some point, so yeah.
Airbus A300 and A310 family.
The A300 and 310, we have a few of those, not everyone, but I think it's two or three.
Airbus A320 family.
The A320, including the A320neo family and the 21XLR.
Airbus A330 family.
The 330, 200, 300, 8 and 900.
Airbus A340 family.
All the A340s from the 200 up to the 600.
Airbus A350 family.
The 350, 900, 900 ULR and 1000.
Airbus A388-00.
And the only A180, yeah, of course, A380 ever built. The 800 version.
Antonov.
And we also have the Antonov AN124 and 225, each in an original and also a modernized version, depending on what you prefer.
British Aerospace 146 family.
The BAE 146 in all three BAE variants, so not the Avro variants, but the BAE ones.
Boeing 707 family.
The Boeing 707 320C, if I remember correctly. I'm honestly not sure. Yeah.
Boeing 727-200 advanced.
The 727-200 advanced.
Boeing 737 family.
The 737 from 100 to 900 and Max 7 to Max 10. Without aftermarket freighter conversions.
Boeing 747 family.
The 747, including the SP, SR, 100 through 400 and 800, also some freighters, and one or two special versions.
Boeing 757 family.
The 757, 200, F and 300.
Boeing 767 family.
767, 200 through 400 with one or two freighters thrown in and an extended range variant.
Boeing 777 family.
The 777, first and second, and also third generation actually, so including the X.
Boeing 787 Dreamliner family.
787, 7 through 9.
Cessna C172RG.
The Cessna C172 for small airfields, just in case you want to fly to your hometown or whatever.
Concorde.
The Concorde, of course.
Lockheed.
The Lockheed L1011 TriStar 200 and 500.
MC Donald Douglas MD-11 family.
The MC Donald Douglas MD-11 family, so the normal one, the freighter one, and also a concept for the so-called MD-12, which was an MD-11 with 4 power plants, kind of like the 747. So, yeah.
MC Donald Douglas MD-80 family.
And the MD-80 family, including the MD-90 and MD-95, also known as 717.
Tasks.
Yeah, and that's it regarding planes.
MC Donald Concorde. Cessna C100 Boeing 700 Boeing 777 family.
We'll take a 777 today.
Go back. Boeing 777 Boeing 777F.
The 777F.
Kelson. Please enter your Kelson email field. Israel.
We should enter our call sign. By the way, if he sometimes says something that you can't understand, that's probably because my PC is set to German, but Jaws is speaking English right now for the benefit of the international audience. So, yeah, just so you know. I think we'll go with Austrian. They don't have cargo planes, but still. My personal favorite airline.
FlightSim. Flight number. Please enter your flight number in field. Israel.
And flight number 1103, because that's today's date.
FlightSim. Emergency selection. Random button.
No, I don't want an emergency.
OK button. Takeoff airport. Select
Forget
takeoff
it.
airport in field. Israel.
So, takeoff airport from Lima Oscar Whiskey Whiskey, meaning Vienna,
Destination airport. Select the destination airport.
To Lima Oscar Whiskey Lima, meaning Linz.
FlightSim. Welcome aboard the Boeing 777F.
Upper Austria. Yeah, there we go. He has finished loading. The aircraft, at least. The flight plan is finished now. Yeah, and I have a status monitor, so if I ever know things without actually showing them to you or letting Josh speak, that's why. Yeah, so the plane is cold and half dark. We have ground power connected, but first things first, let's go through our pre-flight checklist.
Download charts.
Yeah, what's the weather like?
Weather, pressure, 1000, wind from 309 degrees at 8 knots, gusts up to 9 knots, visibility, 42,623 feet, temperature, 11 degrees Celsius, dew point, 4 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, obviously normal air transport measurements. So feet, knots, nautical miles, and all that stuff.
Check weather.
Yeah, I already did that.
Load packs, cargo and fuel.
Yeah, fuel. When I have the battery and my FMC, I can do that. Let's turn it on. Yeah, I still have to modify the checklists a bit.
Runway awareness system engaged.
Audio self-test passed.
Good. Kind of bad otherwise.
MCP, engine instrumentation, FMC, status page.
Okay, so we have different screens, kind of like on a real aircraft, and we navigate through them with Q.
FMC, takeoff data. FMC, data panel.
And Shift Q.
FMC, takeoff data. FMC, status page.
And on the screen we can move through the items with Tab and Shift Tab. So let's check our fuel.
Cruising flight level, 370.
Yeah, no, we won't get up that high. What's our...
96.6 miles to Lowell, 0 hours 11 minutes.
Yeah, no, we won't go up to 370.
Minimum fuel, 6,496.
Yeah, minimum fuel, 6,496 kilos. You can also set that to pounds, depending on your personal preferences.
Set the fuel you'd like to lift up.
Let's set 10,000. All that also works the same way. Period to increase, comma to decrease. With Shift, it multiplies the standard factor by 10, with Control by 100. So no matter if we're talking about fuel or speed or altitude or whatever, it's always the same.
10,000.
So let's put in 10,000. We already have 1,000 in here as standard, so we have 11,000 kilos of fuel. That's more than enough. Yeah, we don't have a refueling sound until now.
Check flight plan.
Check the flight plan. Yeah, let's do
FMC,
that.
FMC, overhead pan, lighting panel, TCAS, flight plan.
I won't show off all the checklists, by the way, because I can also skip them for testing purposes. And I will do that later because it'll take ages otherwise. Okay, so checking the flight plan.
Destination starting airport, LLWW, 600.
600 feet above sea level.
Waypoint 1, NL11, 4,600 feet, 2.8 miles, 220 knots.
Our first waypoint with altitude, distance from the starting point, and required speed.
Waypoint 2, WW948, 7,600 feet, 7 miles, 250 knots. Waypoint 3, Legion, 17,000 feet, 38.4 miles, 270 knots. Waypoint 4, Hill, 4,900 feet, 36.7 miles, 220 knots. Destination airport, Low, 977, 11.7 miles.
Yeah, obviously we don't have a speed for the destination airport because that would be kind of ridiculous. Okay, so
Pre-flight flows completed. Pre-flight flows completed.
yeah, and the
Parking brake set. Pre-flight checklist.
next checklist is a parking brake checklist. I just
Pre-flight checklist
cancel
completed.
all of them.
Before stop
I do
checklist
that
completed.
my own way because
Engine
then I
stop
can
checklist
actually
completed.
talk.
Before taxi checklist completed. Taxi checklist completed. Before takeoff checklist completed. After takeoff checklist completed. Climb out checklist completed. Cruise and descent preparation completed. Approach checklist completed. Landing checklist completed. After landing checklist completed. Parking and shutdown checklist completed. Securing aircraft completed.
Yeah, so that's all the checklists that we do actually have. So let's get the APU started. Because that one's kinda important, I figure. There she is. Get rid of the ground power.
0. 0.
Huh, why doesn't she turn on?
0. Hackers. Flight plan.
Runway awareness system disengaged. Runway awareness system engaged.
Audio self-test passed.
Parking brake inactive. Parking brake active. 0.
Now it works. Yeah, apparently there were some issues. I don't know why my PC didn't like me.
TCAS. Lighting panel. Overhead panel. FMC. Engine instrumentation. MCP. Engine instrument. FMC. Status page. FMC. Overhead panel.
So let's activate the stuff on the overhead panel.
Flat. ADIRU. Calibrate.
The ADIRU, the inertial reference unit.
ADIRU. Active.
So that one's active because otherwise we won't be able to navigate.
Flat position. 0. System reset. Spoiler computer. Inactive. Spoiler computer. Active.
Yeah, please.
Fuel pumps. Inactive. Fuel pumps. Active.
Those are also helpful here.
Generators. Inactive.
The generators will wait for the engines to spool up first. So let's get the first one started. Ah!
Radio's active.
Radio. I forgot something.
121.6.
That's our current frequency.
Set frequency in Garfield. Israel. FlightSim.
Austrian 1103 Heavy, clear to Linz Hushing Airport Vogler Air Base, squawk 4777. Advise when
Squawk.
ready
Set
for
squawk code in Garfield.
departure.
Israel. FlightSim. Windscreen generators. Inactive. Engine 1 starting. Windscreen wipers. Inactive. Windscreen wipers. Active. Windscreen wipers. Inactive.
Don't really need them, just for testing purposes.
Window heats. Inactive. Window heats. Active.
Window
Probe heat.
heats.
Inactive. Probe heat. Active.
Probe heats because we don't want them to freeze over. Looking at you, Air France 447, among others.
Engine anti-ice. Inactive.
We don't need that one because the 777 actually has an auto anti-ice system, so she'll do it herself.
Wing anti-ice. Inactive.
Same with wing anti-ice.
Electric hydraulic pumps. Inactive.
The hydraulic pumps.
Electric hydraulic pumps. Active.
Because, yeah, we do need hydraulic pressure, surprising enough. Actually, it's not surprising at all, but still.
Lighting panel.
So, the lighting panel.
Logo lights. Active. Navigation lights. Inactive. Navigation lights. Cabin lights. Inactive. Cabin lights. Emergency exit lights. Emergency exit lights. Active.
Emergency
Landing lights. Inactive. Landing lights. Active.
landing,
Runway turn off lights. Inactive.
Runway
turn off taxi
turn,
lights. Inactive lights. Strobe lights. Inactive.
and
Strobe lights. Active.
strobe lights. That's all of them, and also the passenger
Active.
signs with Control B. Yeah, most of the shortcuts are similar to Eurofly, just because I've spent a lot of my time flying in
Engine
Eurofly
operational.
before I started programming this one. So that's why. So engine 1 is ready. Let's get engine 2 started.
Engine 2 starting. Overhead panel. Packs. Inactive.
Yeah, we can't activate the packs until the engines have both spooled up sufficiently. But we can set the auto brake
1, 2, 3, 4. Max auto / RTO.
and ask
Takeoff
for our takeoff runway.
Austrian
Come on.
1103 Heavy, taxi to and hold short of runway 29er.
Takes to and hold short of runway 29er, Austrian 1103.
Select the takeoff runway in LOWW29. Length 11,482. Width
We
148.
just jump to the runway, we don't actually have to taxi.
Austrian 1103 Heavy, contact tower on 119.4. Goodbye.
Frequency. Set frequency in Garfield. Israel. FlightSim.
Austrian 1103 Heavy. Good afternoon. Radar contact established.
Landing clearance. Takeoff clearance.
No, not yet. First have to get the flaps out.
15.
With Control Shift F I can check how far I need them, so 15.
Set the flaps. 1. Engine 2 operational. 15.
And I also set them with period and comma.
Cabin out. Packs. Inactive. Packs. Auto.
Activate the packs.
Electric hydraulic pumps. Active. Wind anti-ice. Engine anti-ice. Probe heat. Window heats. Active. Windscreen wipers. Generators. Inactive. Generators. Active.
The generators.
Lighting. Taxi lights. Active.
And we can
Taxi lights. Runway turn off lights. Runway turn off lights. Inactive.
Taxi and runway turn off lights because we don't need them when we're actually on the runway.
Overhead panel. FMC. engine MCP. HDD. PNAV. Inactive. All select.
So
0.
let's set our initial altitude.
All select. All select. All select. All select. All select.
I
5,000.
always recommend setting 5,000 feet because otherwise you might actually crash into something.
PNAV. HDD select. SPD select. 0.
So
SPD select. 200. SPD select.
our
220.
initial speed is 220. We'll see if we can actually pull that off, but it looks like we can.
Max select. 0.
And the Mach number.
Max select. 0.83.
0.83. Not that we'll actually get into the Mach regime, but still, because that only starts at 27,000 feet or flight level 270. Okay, then let's get our takeoff clearance.
Landing clearance. Takeoff clearance.
Austrian 1103 Heavy. Wind tree 08 degrees at 7 knots. Runway 29er. Cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, thank you. Release the brakes.
Parking brake inactive.
stabilized.
Set the engines to 40 and press toga.
Takeoff power set.
81% and 1. Accelerating past 40 knots. 50. 60 and then you have...
Engine is running FMC.
I
Stage
didn't
stage.
check my VR.
80 knots.
Landing runway low.
Checked.
FMC. Takeoff data. Current weight 258,500. Pressure 1v1 147. VR 153. V2 176. N1 setting 81.
Yeah, so we have a VR of 153.
Rotate.
So now we can actually rotate.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Set flaps 5 1 5 1.
Flaps 1.
Set flaps
Austrian
0.
1103 Heavy.
Zero.
Maintain 250 knots until passing 10,000 feet.
Yeah, we will. And engage the autopilot because we're already above 130
ABA active.
feet. And we can actually engage it when we're above
Austrian
400 feet.
1103
But
Heavy. Continue climb by flight plan.
I thought I'd spend some time talking instead of just flying this
Austrian
thing, so-
1103 Heavy. Comply with speed restrictions in the flight plan.
Yeah, we will. Don't worry. Don't worry. Relax. So, we have engaged
FMC engine at MCB.
the
BFD.
autopilot A, which is the left side one. When we look through
Austrian
the
1103
MCP,
Heavy. Contact departure on 134.675. Bye-bye.
contacting departure on 134.675, Austrian 1103.
Frequency. Set frequency in Airfield. Israel. FlightSim.
Austrian 1103 Heavy. This is Vienna International Airport departure. Good afternoon. Continue by flight plan and maintain heading towards WW 948.
Huh. We just
Eagles.
received...
No eagles emission. Hackers. Weather. Pressure. Pressure 989. Wind from 263 degrees at 5 knots. Visibility 42,623 feet. Temperature 9 degrees Celsius. Dew point 6 degrees Celsius. Covering clouds.
for Linz.
Weather. Pressure 989. Wind from 263 degrees at 5 knots. Weather. Pressure. No echoes available.
Okay, we'll get runway 26 probably because the wind's from
Yes.
263, which is insanely lucky for us because that'll shorten our flight by a lot. Our current heading is 297. Anyway, when we're going through
MCP.
the mode control panel, which is the MCP, which specifies which autopilot mode are engaged, we have the following on a Boeing aircraft.
Auto throttle active.
The auto throttle, which is active right now, which keeps our speed according to the VNAV profile, so the vertical navigation profile right now. If VNAV isn't active, then we can actually set that ourselves to override it.
LNAV active.
The LNAV, which is the lateral navigation, also known as LNAV, which is responsible for keeping our heading and flying to all the points that we need to fly to. For example, we're turning right now in a left bank of 25 degrees
14 left at 271.
to 271 to catch the next navigation aid,
39.29 miles to Luton. 0 hours 9 minutes.
which is at 39.2 miles. And we've almost finished our turn. No, we're done. I see that on the rail display. We're climbing with 6 degrees of nose up actually, and 64% in one, so 64% of thrust at 247 knots at 6,700 feet above the ground.
LBRCHD inactive.
The level change mode isn't active right now because we're using VNAV. For more details regarding all these modes, watch videos done by Metro Pilot or other Boeing pilots because they can probably explain it way better than I can, to be honest. Okay,
Vertical speed 0 inactive.
yeah, vertical speed's obviously also inactive right now.
APA active.
The APA is active.
APB inactive.
APB isn't. I probably won't show off an automatic landing today, though I could, and I'd use the APB for that because in that case it needs 2 autopilots.
All select 5,000.
Our current selected altitude is still the one that we've preset because the VNAV doesn't necessarily override that.
VNAV active.
And the VNAV is active.
HDD select 270 active.
Heading select is also active because that one's used by LNAV actually to select our current heading.
Engine instrumentation.
The engine instrumentation.
Engine to N1 65.
Our N1.
EGT 533.
Exhaust gas temperature in degrees Celsius.
Fuel flow 4,639.5.
Fuel flow in kilograms per hour, or pounds per hour, depending on what you've set.
Into 70.
Our N2.
Oil pressure 10.
Oil pressure.
Oil temperature 13.
Oil temperature.
Oil level 99.
The oil level going from 1 to 100.
Vibrations 1.3.
Vibrations 1.3. That's pretty normal.
APU active.
The APU is still active. Why the heck? No, let's get rid of that.
Engine 1 APU inactive.
Because we don't need it in here. I apparently forgot to activate the APU. Of course that happens today. Of course it does.
Engine 1 64. Engine 2 64.
And we can see the engine specific and values.
FMC status page.
The FMC status
Minimum fuel
page.
6,490. Cruising flight level 170.
Checked. I would get rid of the seatbelt signs and landing lights, but since we only have
76.2 miles below. 0 hours 60 minutes.
76.2 miles at the most, I won't, because no. Just remain seated. Besides, we're flying a freighter aircraft anyway, so
Current airport.
yeah, current airport is
Austrian
nothing,
1103 Heavy.
obviously.
Contact Vienna Control on 129.12.
Frequency. Set
Contacting
frequency airport. Israel.
129.12, bye-bye.
FlightSim.
Austrian 1103 Heavy. This is Vienna Control. Good afternoon. Continue via flight plan. And maintain heading towards Lucia.
There we go. By the way, I'm using TTS voices for the radio output, so all the TTS voices that you have installed that are SAP5 compatible can be used for the voice output for the radio with a few filters, obviously.
Starting airport. Current airport. Starting airport. LWW 10,000.
So our starting airport was Lima Oscar Whiskey Whiskey, also known as Vienna, with a transition altitude of 10,000 feet.
Destination airport. Low 10,000.
10,000 for Linz, again, because it's Austrian, of course it's 10,000.
Takeoff runway LWW 29.
Our takeoff runway
Landing runway
was
low.
29, and our landing runway isn't set yet.
Minimum fuel 6,496. FMC. Takeoff data.
Our takeoff data here, we did look through that
Flash setting for takeoff, 50.
already.
FMC. Takeoff.
And our data sheet.
Engines. Type. Boeing 777F.
We are a Boeing 777F.
Engines. 2X General Electric GE90115B.
And we have two GE90-115 Bravo turbojet, no, not turbojet, turbofan engines with 115,000 pounds of thrust or 513 kilonewtons each. We have two of those.
Max speed 510.
Max speed.
Cruising speed 482.
Cruise speed.
Cruising Mach number 0.83.
Cruising Mach number 0.83.
Service ceiling 42,951.
Our service ceiling 42,951 feet, so basically 43,000.
Current maximum altitude 42,951.
And our current maximum altitude, depending on our weight, is the same.
Maximum range 4,968.
Maximum range 4968 miles.
Current range 678.
Our current one is 678.
MTOW 347,815.
Maximum takeoff weight.
NLW 255,100.
Maximum landing weight.
Current weight 257,943.
We're a bit too heavy. Yeah, current weight.
Maximum freight capacity 103,700.
Maximum freight capacity or passengers, depending on the plane. On a passenger plane, it obviously shows passengers.
Current freight 103,112. Maximum freight capacity 103,700. Current freight flight number Austrian 1,103.
That explains why we're so heavy. We're almost completely full.
FMC engine instrument MCB SPD HPD select 270 active 63.3 miles to low 0 hours 13 minutes.
Because we'll switch to Linz area controls.
SPD select 250 SPD select 270.
I can override the VNAV for now to get us up to speed to 270 knots, because we're cruising along with 270 at the moment, or at least we're supposed to. We did cruise along with only 250, so yeah. As I said, we'll soon be transferred to Linz approach control, and we can ask them for our runway and also set that in the MCP. Or FMC, rather. And
engine instrument FMC takeoff data FMC engine instrumentation MCB
3 Heavy. Contact approach on 119.75. Bye-bye.
contacting approach on 119.75, Austrian 1103, bye.
frequency set frequency airfield Israel. FlightSim.
Austrian 1103 Heavy. This is Linz Hershing Airport Vogler Air Base approach. Good afternoon. Continue via flight plan and maintain heading towards Lucia.
And
Approach clearance.
approach clearance.
Austrian 1103 Heavy. Expect vectors for RNAV approach for runway 26.
Runway 26, yeah, as I thought.
Select landing runway low 26 length 9,843 width 197.
Yeah, length and width in feet. So I did set that, and we're supposed to expect an RNAV. Let's see if we actually get one. Come on.
2 right at 277. 2 right at 277. 55.5 miles to Lowell. RNAV, 0 hours 10 minutes.
Yeah.
38.52 miles to WL828. RNAV, 0 hours 7 minutes.
We did get an RNAV approach, which means that we're flying a GPS-based, non-precision approach. The VNAV will get us down to... I have to...
Set speed brakes. 1.
Speed brakes because we're actually accelerating.
SPD select. 200. SPD select. 270.
Yeah.
Set speed brakes. 2. 3. 2.
Yeah, we're descending already. Yeah, the VNAV will take us down to usually about 1,000 feet above the runway. Let's
Destination
see
airport,
what
low,
it is.
waypoint 3, FD26, 700 feet, 4.6 miles, 200 knots, destination airport, low, 977, 5.4 miles.
Yeah, 700 feet above the runway, though I'll probably help it along a bit later, because I don't actually want to go that low. So, you are basically, in reality, you need to ask, but since we can ask the tower controller at the moment if that's okay, what we can do, you can basically say that you can always stay a bit above the approach. You should never
Austrian
go below it
1103
because
heavy.
you literally
Reduce
might
speed to
crash into
250
something.
knots.
Yes,
Set speed brakes.
yes,
3, 4.
yes, I will do that.
Starting airport, LWW, 600. TCA, mighty overhead, FMC, engine MCB. Max select, SPD select, 270. SPD select, 250.
I know what we're thinking, because the 777 is my favorite plane, believe it or not, and I've spent many an hour flying a 777 in this simulator, so I know pretty well how she behaves. Yeah. Descending through 12,000 feet on flight level 120. 4 people speaking flight level. And we've caught ourselves at 250 knots. So yeah, as I said, you can stay above the approach if you want to, though in that case you have to fly the approach yourself, which can be challenging, especially at first, but it's quite rewarding if you can actually pull it off. 700 feet, that's about 800 feet too low for comfort for me personally, so yeah. I stay above that mark by quite a bit. We'll be passing the transition altitude soon, and our first officer will actually tell us. Is there a he or a she today? I forgot. We'll hear it soon. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Still descending, by the way. VNAV is doing a fantastic job, as always. Auto throttle trying to keep the speed.
Transition altitude.
Yeah. The guy in the right seat's the first officer. So... how far do we have?
38.9 miles to Lowell. RNAV, 0 hours 8 minutes.
That's our total distance. And as you said, we have an RNAV approach. So where are we? Because yes, we do have a world map.
Europe.
Obviously.
Austria.
Obviously.
Lower Austria.
Yeah. For me, that's obvious. Probably for almost no one else.
Qualify sugars of milk.
District milk.
So 16.
And I don't know what that's called in German, because I don't understand him when he's speaking German names in English, honestly. But yeah, so this happens. By the way, we also have a TCAS.
BSV, ECOS, ACOS. Flight plan. TCAS. Emirates 181, heading 300, plus 283, cruising, 1 o'clock, 10 miles.
Huh, there's an Emirates something.
777300
What
yard.
are you? Oh, a 777-300 yard. Huh, nice.
F7NZ, heading 297, plus 305, descending, 7 o'clock, 21 miles. 787.9. Emirates 181, heading 300, plus 289, cruising, 1 o'clock, 11 miles.
289 flight levels above us, heading 300.
Emirates 181, heading 300, plus 293, cruising, 1 o'clock, 11 miles.
Cruising, so neither climbing nor descending at 1 o'clock and 11 miles out. Those are real TCAS information stuff. I forgot how I wanted to say that. Yeah, So those are real-world planes. How many planes do we actually have in total over us?
187.
So 187 planes, somewhere in the range of 200 kilometers to each side of us. I've obviously turned down the TK system to only see planes within a 20-mile radius because everything else doesn't make any sense. But I can go
16, 15, 14, 12, 11, 10 miles, 9 miles, 8 miles,
I can go down to 8
40 miles.
and up to 40.
Ryanair 181Z, heading 247, plus 245, climbing 9 o'clock, 41 miles.
Yeah, that Ryanair one
Boeing 737-8s.
is a 737-800.
Ryanair 4956, heading 288, Boeing 737-8SW.
That one too.
Ryanair 45WD, heading 50-738. Turn to 33B,
well.
heading 300-737NG at K5/W. Sun Express 11K, heading 309-737NG 800/W. Sun Express 2JQ, heading 300 Boeing 737-82R. Ryanair 53HX, heading 200 Boeing 737 MAX 8200 SW11E, heading 103 319 132.
A Serbia flies A319s. I did not know that.
WNT 765, A321 231 SM, speed of 60, heading 292, plus 325, descending, 5 o'clock, 21 miles.
A British plane.
Boeing 777 336ER.
Nice. I do kind of like them. Because I just like the Brits in general, to be honest.
OEKD speed of 60, heading 292, plus 327, descending, 5 o'clock, 20 miles. Boeing 777 336ER.
They're descending.
OEKDC, heading 150, minus 17, cruising, 12 o'clock, 28 miles. PA46.
And the Piper PA-46 is below us. Ha.
F7NZ, heading 209, 787.9.
As long as it doesn't lead to a conflict, I couldn't care less.
F2KQ, heading 300, 787.9 Greenliner. Emirates 181, heading 777-300ER. Ryanair 4950, Emirates 100.
We already had that one.
Flight Blackers, ECOS, BFD, MCP.
So, yeah, we just passed through 5,000 feet.
7.86 miles to WL828, RNAV. 24.5 miles to Lowell, RNAV. 0 hours 6 minutes.
And I should probably concentrate on the approach. I always think I'm able to multitask, but honestly, no, I'm not. Seriously, if I do, something will go wrong. Let's check our current weather at our
Weather, pressure,
position.
800, wind from 303 degrees at 28 knots, gusts up to 30 knots, visibility, 42,623 feet, temperature, minus 1 degree Celsius, dew point, minus 6 degrees Celsius.
Pretty cold. At least for 4,300 feet above ground. But, yeah, not surprising. Yeah, we're approaching our left-off point, 1,000 feet above.
Max select, 0.83. BFD,
What does our primary flight display say?
altitude, 49.
Flight level.
Terrain altitude, 1,072.
Terrain altitude above sea level.
RA altitude, 3,702.
Radio altimeter altitude, which is also the one that you see on your braille display below the transition altitude. I know that that's not completely realistic, but it's just easier than keeping an eye on so many systems.
IAS, 252.
The indicated airspeed is 252.
DAS, 269.
True airspeed 269.
Mach number, 0.41.
0.41 is our Mach number. Yeah, that's really slow actually.
DS, 241.
Ground speed is 241 because we have a lot of headwind.
Stall speed, 158.
That's our stall speed.
Bank angle, minus 10.
Bank angle, because we're turning at the moment to the left.
To left at 270.
Yeah.
8.17 miles to left by 26. RNAV, 0 hours 2 minutes.
The next approach point.
Angle of attack, 3.8.
Our current angle of attack is 3.8 because, yeah, well, we're descending. So our pitch, where our nose points,
Minus 0.5.
is minus 0.5, and our true glide path
Minus 1.9.
is minus 1.9, so that makes a difference of 3.8, including the normal angle of attack that the wings, even in level flight, have.
Pitch angle, minus 0.5.
Yeah.
Time, 15:51.
UTC time, 15:51.
Headed, 269.
And heading of 269.
Altitude, 37.
Yeah, that's it. So,
BF MCP.
let's
Auto throttle, max select,
go
0.83.
back to
SPD select, 250.
SP.
4.67 miles to left, 14.6 miles to low. RNAV,
Yeah,
0 hours 4
I
minutes.
can still let him do his stuff.
SPD select, 2 SPD select, 220. Engine at FMC, overhead multi-map, TCAS. Flight plan. Waypoint 2, FI26, 1900 feet, 6.7 miles, 200 knots. Waypoint 3, FD26, 700 feet, 4.6 miles, 200 knots. TCA, lighting, overhead, FMC, takeoff FMC, engine instrument, MCP. Max SPD select, 220. SPD select, 200. Set speed brakes, 5.
Fully extend those speed brakes because, well, let's just say the 777 loves to fly fast. She really does.
2.34 miles to left by 26. RNAV, 0 hours 1 minute.
217, 216, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 knots. And we're going down to 200, passing through 2,000 feet above ground. ...202 knots. So...
10.4 miles below.
I can put down the gear.
Gear down and lock.
Yeah, thank you. The gear also increases the drag, obviously, so that's why the engines are working hard now. But that also, no, it doesn't really mean that I can pull in the speed brakes because we're flying a 777. I shouldn't forget that.
Engine at FM, overhead lighting map, DCAS, flight plan. Destination at waypoint 3, starting airport, waypoint 3, FD26, 700 feet, 4.6 miles. DCA lighting, overhead FM, engine at MCB. Max SPD select, 200. PNAV, inactive.
And we've gotten to the point where I'll fly
SPD select, 180.
this plane on my own because I don't want to go that low yet.
2.49 miles to FD26, RNAV, 0 hours 1 minute.
So I've deactivated the VNAV because I don't want to do an automatic landing, so I can just do that. And
Second flaps, 1, 5, 15. RNAV final approach identified.
1103
SPD
heavy.
select,
Contact
170.
tower on 118.8. Good day.
Contacting tower on 118.8.
Frequency, set frequency in Airfield, Israel. FlightSim.
Austrian
He
1103
identified
heavy.
the
This is
RNAV
Linz Hashing
approach,
Airport,
which is the
Vogler
final
Airbase
leg
Tower,
of
good
the approach.
afternoon. Radar contact established. Austrian 1103 heavy. Wind 267 degrees at 4 knots. Runway 26 cleared to land.
Thank you. So for the approach, if he says
Think rate.
then we're too low, and if he says glide slope, we're too high, just so you know what I'm doing. And then that's
5.6 miles low.
So 5.6 miles. Yeah, we are most definitely a bit too low. No question. Because you are supposed to descend about 1,000 feet every 3 miles. So yeah, we're at 860 feet above ground, which is ridiculously low. So
50. Max up, SPD select, 100, SPD select, 150.
we should get
Second
to
flaps, 20,
accelerating.
25, 30. 30, 30.
Let's do a flips 30 approach, just because we can. And that means that I have actually
SPD select, 140.
talk, which is kind of helpful for a preview or demo.
Max select, SPD select,
or whatever
140.
you wanna call it.
3.77.
Think rate.
Yeah, still too low, of course.
Think rate.
I'm all just putting her in a -1 degree dive to check
Think rate.
if I can already start descending, and if I can't, I'll immediately level off again, because that's why you only
Think
hear him
rate.
say that once.
Think rate. Think rate.
I'll see if I can reduce the speed brakes once we are
2.6
actually in the process of descending, because it's kind of difficult to gauge that before that.
Minus 3.7.
Think rate.
Doesn't
Think rate.
seem like
Think rate.
low.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
Off. 1,
Think
2, 3.
Let's set the auto brake to 3 or 5. That's
Think rate.
good enough.
Think rate.
I'll stay
Think
down
rate.
the
Think
low
rate.
end of the tolerance that we have.
Think rate.
Because there's kind of like a pearl necklace that we're flying down, and we can fly a bit above or a bit below it, and I'm just staying on the low end.
400.
He's counting down the
Think
feet.
rate.
Continue,
Think
because
rate.
we are stabilized
Think
in
rate.
fact.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
Autopilot.
ABI active. ABI inactive.
Get rid of the autopilot.
200.
0.49 miles to low. 0.34 miles to low.
100. Flight slow. Flight slow.
That's
Flight
too low, that's too high.
2010.
Let's get those reverses out.
1,000 feet remaining.
Because yes, we did just touch down.
8,000 feet remaining.
checked.
feet remaining.
Reduce the reverse thrust down to idle and deactivate them because we've just decelerated past 40.
5,000 feet remaining.
Parking brake active.
And we've stopped. Successfully, I might add. Let's turn off those engines.
Engine 1 stopping. Engine 2 stopping.
So, this flight had a total distance of
95.91.
95.91 miles, so pretty much the shortest flight possible because we departed on the 29, which points directly towards Linz basically, and arrived on the 26, which was literally directly in front of us. So the shortest flight between Vienna and Linz that's possible, and that's pretty rare because we usually have winds coming in from the east, which means that we depart in Vienna on the 11 or 16 and arrive in Linz on the 08, which makes the flight 30 miles longer. About that. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this preview of what's to come. I can't actually specify a release date for this simulator as of now, but I thought I'd show you what I'm actually currently doing when I'm not programming TWS or studying for uni or doing other life stuff, basically. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any feedback or constructive criticism, please let me know in the comment section. Like and subscribe. I kind of have to say that because it's a YouTube video. I try not to say it, but still. And if you think that one of your friends, acquaintances, colleagues, whatever, might be interested in the simulator, feel free to share this video. Final notes though, regarding Eurofly, I think Eurofly is an awesome simulator. As you can see, or as you saw, the focus of this simulator is on different things than it is for Eurofly. More realistic systems, different kinds of approach, all that fun stuff. So yeah, to you, Stefan, and the team from Eurofly, you've done an awesome job. Eurofly was in no way negatively responsible for me deciding to start programming this simulator. I just spent a lot of time playing in Eurofly and also listened to videos from a certain pilot that you may know. And I thought, okay, it'd be awesome to have a realistic VNAV or level change or all that stuff. And so I went, yeah, okay, I mean, I've programmed a train simulator already, so why not do a flight simulator? I mean, it was really difficult, but still, I'll let you judge if I succeeded or not. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you all next time. Bye bye.
320 to throttle.